गुड मॉर्निंग माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स। हाँ जी बेटा, अज आप पोएम्स के जो इंपॉर्टेंट स्टैंजा है कि आप वो डिस्कस करते हैं। सब तो पहला फर्स्ट पोएम है कैरेक्टर ऑफ अ हैप्पी मैन। हुज पैशंस नॉट हिज मास्टर्स आर, हुज सोल इज स्टिल प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर डेथ, untied unto the world with care of public fame or private breath. Name the poem and the poet. The name of the poem is Character of a Happy Man and the name of the poet is Sir Henry Wotton. What is a happy man not afraid of? किस चीज़ तो नहीं डरदा? He is not afraid of death. What is happy man not slave of? किस चीज़ का वो गुलाम नहीं है? A happy man is not slave of his passions. Who God doth late and early pray, more of his grace than gifts to lend, and entertains a harmless day with a religious book or friend. What does a happy man pray for? किस चीज़ लिए हैप्पी मैन प्रे करदा? अ हैप्पी मैन प्रेज फॉर गॉड्स ग्रेस. व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय द टर्म हार्मलेस डे? हार्मलेस डे टर्म तो की मतलब है? इट मीन्स द हार्मलेस एक्टिविटीज़ ऑफ द डे, कि किसी को नुकसान ना पहुँचाने वाली एक्टिविटीज़. हाउ डज अ हैप्पी मैन स्पेंड हिज डे? किस तरह वो अपना डे स्पेंड करदा? ही स्पेंड्स हिज डे इन द स्टडी ऑफ रिलीजियस बुक्स और इन द कंपनी ऑफ गुड फ्रेंड्स. ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਵਧੀਆ ਦੋਸਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ. ਨੈਕਸਟ ਪੋਇਮ ਹੈ, ਹਾਂਜੀ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਪੋਇਮ ਹੈ ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਡੈਥ ਦ ਲੈਵਲਰ. योर हैड्स मस्ट कम टू द कोल्ड रूम, ओनली द एक्शंस ऑफ द जस्ट स्मैल स्वीट एंड ब्लॉसम इन द डस्ट. वट इज़ दैट विच मस्ट हैपन? ਕਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ? एवरीवन मस्ट मीट डेथ इन द एंड. वट इज़ कोल्ड रूम अ सिंबल ऑफ? Cold room is a symbol of death. What idea does the poet want to convey? की idea की विचार वो देना चाहता है poet? Only good actions live after one's death. के ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਕੰਮ ਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੌਤ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜੀਵਤ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ. The glories of our blood and state are shadows, not substantial things. There is no armor against fate. Death lays his icy hand on kings. Write the name of the poem and the poet. The name of the poem is Death the Leveler and the name of the poet is James Shirley. What are not substantial things? The glories of our blood and positions are not substantial things. Explain. Death lays his icy hand on kings. Death treats the mighty and the weak equally. Death spares not even kings. कि मौत शक्तिशाली ते कमज़ोर दोनों नू इक्वली ट्रीट करती है ते किसी नू भी नहीं छड़ती. Poem 3, A Ballad of Sir Pardap Singh. Beneath the morning stars they rode, beneath the evening sun, and their blood sank to them as they rode, that all good wars are won. Name the poem and the poet. The name of the poem is A Ballad of Sir Pardap Singh and its poet is Sir Henry Newbolt. Who were the riders? Pardap Singh and his English friend were the riders. How did they feel while riding together? किस तरह वो फील कर रहे सी जो राइड कर रहे सी? They felt very happy and brave. What need? Said Pardap Singh and bowed his princely head. I have for I myself am bearing forth the dead. What need does Pardap Singh refer to? Pardap Singh refers to the need of a fourth person to carry the bier. Who came forward to carry the bier? Pardap Singh came forward to carry the bier. Whose bier was it? It was the bier of Sir Pardap Singh's English friend. Poem 4, Razia the Tigress. He knew his winds, their traffic lanes. He knew the deer would smell him out. Sheru. How did he avoid being smelled out by the deer? He would always be on the one side of the wind, keeping the deer on the downside. Why would the tiger crawl and crouch? The tiger would crawl and crouch to hide himself. He was an expert on winds, knew how they traversed dale and hill, and where they put up for the night when no leaf stirred and all was still. Name the poem and the poet. The name Razia the Tigress and the poet name is Kiki and Daruwala. Who was Sheru? Sheru was a male tiger. What special knowledge did he have? Sheru had special knowledge of winds and their directions. Where the mind is without fear. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Why does the poet want knowledge to be free? The poet wants knowledge to be free because knowledge is essential to make country truly free. What does the poet mean by narrow domestic walls? The poet means the walls of narrow-mindedness. What kind of life does the poet want for his people? किस तरह की लाइफ चाहता हो अपने लोगों के लिए? The poet wants his people to live a life of self-respect with no fear in their heart. Words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. Name the poem and the poet. The name of the poem is Where the Mind is Without Fear, and its poet name is Ravindranath Tagore. What does the poet want his people to strive for? The poet wants his people to strive for perfection. How could the country become a symbol of perfection? Tirelessly work of people could become a symbol of perfection. हाँ जी, कुछ और इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस है पोएम ते देख लो. What is the meaning of the line where knowledge is free? ये क्वेश्चन तुसी टिक कर लो तो फिर लर्न करके लिख लो. What is the satellite of the poem Character of a Happy Man? What was Sheru's expertise? What is the satellite of the poem Death the Leveler? How did the two comrades spend their days? What is the satellite of the poem A Ballad of Sir Pratap Singh? What does the expression Sight and Spirit stand for? What is the satellite of the poem Razia the Tigress? How does a man become really happy? What is the satellite of the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear? So ये क्वेश्चंस ਨੂੰ ਟਿਕ ਕਰਕੇ ਲਰਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਲਿਖ ਲਓ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟੈਂਜ਼ਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀਤੇ ਆ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਰਿਵੀਜ਼ਨ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਵੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦਾ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ ਆਪਣੇ ਉਹ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. ਓਕੇ ਬੇਟਾ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ. ਤੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੈਨਲ ਨੂੰ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਰ ਲਓ. ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ ਵੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਕਰਾਂ SST ਦੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. ਓਕੇ ਬੇਟਾ, ਟੇਕ ਕੇਅਰ.